All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Urban Gardener. I want to thank you all so much for joining me here on today's episode. We've got a really cool garden adventure for you here today, but before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button right there, and right down below, there's a subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. In fact, hit that bell notification so you can be notified of upcoming episodes as we continue gardening here on The Urban Gardener. What are you up to, George? Huh? Today I went out on a garden adventure of my own in search of some seeds, corn seed to be specific. And we grow a couple of different varieties of corn in our side alleyway spot and in our back alleyway garden spaces. And each year grow a nice little small patch of corn, get some really good results over the last couple of seasons. Wasn't quite sure what I was going to do this year with those spaces. I had a couple of other things in mind, but ultimately I came back to corn. So today I went out on an adventure looking for corn seed. That's kind of what I came up with. Stopping by the garden center here at the Fred Meyer. Check and see if they got some corn seed here for us. So here they got buy one, get one half price seed packets. Looks like they got a variety of Murphy and Ed Human seeds here. Lots of varieties of all sorts of things, but no corn seed at all. Just noticed these in the aisle. Ferry Morris's new Smart Start all-in-one seed capsules takes the guesswork out of planting. All-in-one, feed, protect, and grow. Let's see here we go. It's just basically like a capsule like you would have in one of your pills or vitamins. It's got some fish emulsion in there, active charcoal, helps bind non-beneficial elements, organic raw honey. Looks like the capsule is made out of, easy to use, makes gardening simple. They're $4. It looks like you get 8 capsules. This is a hanging basket flower mix. Pretty interesting. Don't know if you really need that, but for someone just getting started in gardening, these might be pretty cool. Just don't know about $4 though, but it is new, so give it a shot. Well, check the Walmart Garden Center, and they don't have any corn seed at all either. Guess we'll keep looking. All right, let's go check out the garden center at Lowe's, see if they have any corn seed. So here at Lowe's, we got all sorts of seed here. Except the only corn they have is ornamental, rainbow mixed color corn. That'd look cool in the garden, but I'm looking for something that's edible. Well, let's check the Home Depot, see if they got any seed for us here at their garden center. So here we are inside the garden center at the Home Depot. They've got some Burpee Selection seeds here, and vegetables and whatnot. And I'm not seeing any corn seed here at all. And around the corner here, they've got some Ferry Morris. And again, no corn seed. Some reason here in Southern Oregon, corn is just sold out everywhere. We've got these organic seeds from Seeds of Change. And I don't see any corn varieties here at all. We even got this box up here with some miscellaneous seed packets, and I went through that and didn't see any corn as well. Guess I should have got on this a bit earlier. This rack has no seeds at all. So after shopping around looking for corn seed, which I can't find any corn seed at all around this time here in Southern Oregon, I'm left to something I haven't done before, and that's purchase corn plant starts here. Now, I've never grown corn plant starts in our gardens. I've always grown from seed, so let's see what we get when we grow out some of these here. We've got, it's like from Log House Plants, a variety called Luscious Corn, and another variety called Serendipity Corn. Seeing how we have two different places to grow corn in the gardens, we'll try both of these different varieties. Nothing. I couldn't find nada, zilch, no sweet corn seed at all here in the Rogue Valley in Southern Oregon. Now, I don't know if anybody else has come up with this or had this problem anywhere else in the States, but I found it very, very peculiar that I couldn't find any seed at all, no matter where I went. I even shopped at a couple of different stores that I didn't catch on video too. So, as you've seen though, we did come up with a couple of different varieties of corn starts, and I've never grown corn from starts before. I've always seen them in the different nurseries and whatnot, but I've always preferred to grow from seed. We don't have that opportunity this year, so we'll see how well these corn starts do in our different garden beds this year. So let's get to planting these out, and we'll check with them later in the season, and hopefully we'll get some good sweet corn out of them. So just on the other side of our patio here, on the other side of the fence, there's the patio. We've got our in-ground space. I call the side garden alleyway space here. This is where we've grown our corn the last couple of seasons. We'll plant out our starts. As you can see, lots of weeds to get cleaned up here. So we'll have to get that taken care of here real quick. Then we'll plant out some starts there. So all right, we've got all of the weeds taken out of our garden bed. I've got a bag of some garden compost that I'm gonna layer out in here, and then we'll be all ready to plant out our plant starts. I think what we'll do is we'll grow our Serendipity variety that we got here in this space. As we can see, our corn plant starts have really been inside that container just a little while as we picked them up. So just going to take a moment to kind of loosen up the root systems as they're really bound up. Might have been just a little bit easier to kind of dry these out a little bit beforehand, as the soil then would be easier to break apart and separate from everything. have it. We separated all of our individual corn starts from the group. And again, as I mentioned, probably let those bunches dry out a little bit more, make it a lot easier to separate them. But we've got them all separated and spaced out apart. One thing I did want to mention too here before we put them in is that with corn, you're going to want to grow them all right closely together in one nice little bunch here like we're going to have in this space in order to allow for them to be able to pollinate properly. If you have your corn spaced out from each other, good distances, several feet from each other, you're not going to get as very good pollination as the pollen as it starts falling from the corn plant down into the corn ears could just get blown away in the wind. But with them all grouped together, they're more than likely going to fall onto those little silk strands on the top of your ears and get you some really nice corn. Okay, we've got our corn all planted out. All spaced a good equal amount apart. Now remember, corn is pretty much a grass, so it's going to be very resilient. So if you were wondering about being rough with the roots or the plants at all, don't worry about that too much. As long as you keep some of the root intact with the base of the start, all of these should grow just fine. Give them a little bit here and we'll water them in. And this patch of corn is ready to go. So all right, we're along the back fence line here of the property. This is along a alleyway that cuts through the middle of our block here, runs along the back side of the property. So what we do is we utilize this space to take up as much space as we can to grow as much food as we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this plot space down here all prepped up and ready, just like we did with the other, and we'll get to planting out our other corn plant starts. Okay, got all those starts in the ground. All look pretty good. Should make a really nice stand of corn there. So all right, we got that project all finished up there. We've got all of our corn starts all planted out into the garden. So I guess we'll have to wait till a little bit later in the season to see how well these starts do. As I said, we're really used to growing corn from seed, and not being able to find any seed here in Oregon, man. What a weird circumstance to come across. But we were able to find these great corn starts from one of our local nurseries. So I think those should do pretty well. So just remember, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification down below so that you can follow along with how well our corn starts are going to do here in the garden as we update you later on this season. And remember, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything at all, hit me up down in that comment section down below. I'd really like to hear from all of you out there. So we'll see you again on the very next episode. Hey everybody, thank you for joining me here on today's episode. You're in and has done really well over the last couple of seasons. And we also got a cat. That's our George here. He's a new garden cat, inspecting our space for us, making sure it's ready to grow. George, come on. You coming to hang out here? You are a video bomber, aren't you? George the furball. What are you doing, Dexter? What you up to, dude? Wanna say hi to everybody? Wanna say hi to everybody, Dexter? No?